everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Casey.
Hi, Danielle.
I always sound like I'm in like a bedroom whisper.
Yeah, like a chat room.
Hi. Welcome to Bitch Sesh.
Now I'm doing the woman from Theranos' voice.
Oh, yes.
Well, or a guest can do her voice
Everything
so
is
well.
really important.
Oh, please. We'll
Well, we'll get to our
you in a
guest, but she
second.
does an amazing impression of her.
Yes, I'm
We won't
obsessed
make
with her. But I don't, I have so many questions and no answers.
Yeah,
about
I've
her.
watched about 100 hours of footage on that one sad woman.
Yeah, and her and the Fire Festival are things
me.
that I could watch. Give them to me on TV, in a book, in person, in a podcast. I want to know every
Radio.
angle.
Put that story in a locket and I'll wear it around my neck. I'll do it whatever platform you want.
Yeah, you want me to drink it? You want me to eat it? I'm there.
I'll have sex with it. I'll shit it. I'll do whatever.
Any form you want to feed me.
Yep.
My
holes.
Yeah,
I'll take
feed my
more.
holes. Feed my holes.
I'll tell you what's feeding my holes, Danielle.
What?
Okay. I know I've said many times on this show, I'm obsessed with this show, I'm obsessed with that show, but I have truly given over my life to Pen 15.
You've been,
on
I
Hulu.
really will start watching it. I know.
I want you to stop talking because I don't want to hear you right now because it's so made for you. It's made for, and I'm really only saying this to our listeners because it is made for each and every one of you. Wherever you are right now listening, say to yourself, I need to watch this entire thing. It's for me. It is the finest show. It's a masterpiece.
I can't wait to see
These 32-year-old girls are playing 8th graders.
I love it.
It's in the 90s. It's a masterpiece. You will laugh so hard. You will cry. It's the best show I've ever seen. I'm on my 3rd viewing of it. Wow. And I have an obsession with them. Those girls, Maya and Anna, wherever you are. I mean, I've tweeted.
Are you Housewives fans?
I've tweeted. I've tried to get to them. It's very upsetting.
Yeah.
What's happened?
Any sort of response?
Response is pending.
Like with Catherine from Southern
Catherine Southern Charm. You know what? Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Any response?
Response pending. Okay, so just please spend 15. There's no other words I can
I'm
offer.
on it.
It's so good.
I'm on it. I have nothing to offer right now as I'm sort of
You're
behind.
like Fosse.
Oh, Fosse Verdon. I'm obsessed with. My husband said he came in the other night when I was watching it, and I was just, and I didn't know.
And you
entered the room. No, of course. But he said I was just smiling as I watched TV. I've never been happier watching a relationship crumble in front of my eyes.
Right.
But I was truly in my element, just watching song and dance and alcoholism all in one beautiful package.
Right. It's like Erica Jane.
And sex addiction, all of it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I love those topics.
Michelle Williams. One time she's just wiping a tear. And the moment is so beautiful when she wipes it away.
Okay.
That it's almost a dance.
Matt McConkey sent me a gif of that moment and said, has she pulled one over on us?
What?
He's asked the question.
And
Has she pulled one over on us? And I'm just the messenger.
Tell him he's wrong.
I will.
He also tweeted something today that was like, I'm mad at Brene Brown.
Okay.
And I don't know what's going on.
I'll answer you there. Don't care for her either.
Casey, what?
She's fake.
No,
fake
disagree.
news.
Disagree.
She's what is she talking about?
She said something
What's
the
that
other
word
day.
that's her buzzword that makes no sense?
She has a million of them.
But what's
one?
her main one? Vulnerability?
Vulnerability.
Oh, come on, Brene. You know who I throw in a category, and there's 3 of them, and nobody's going to want to hear this. The woman that wrote Wild, Elizabeth Gilbert, Eat, Pray, Love, and Brene Brown. I'm done with a lot of them.
No, okay. Cheryl Strayed, no. Disagree. Because she's had...
I liked Dear Sugar, her podcast.
Yes, and our dear friend Jessica St. Clair gave, in a tough time recently, Jessica St. Clair gave me a book of her quotes. And
She has a quote book?
Yes, of course.
Done
of
with
her own
her.
quotes. No. Own quotes. And when I couldn't get out of bed a few months ago...
Okay, now I'm feeling bad.
All I did was read the quotes over and over again. And then I got on antidepressants and everything's fine.
Okay. You know what? I feel really upset that I put her down. If she's helping you, that's beautiful. And I stand corrected. That's all I can.
And I will say about Brene Brown, I listened to her on the Goop podcast the other day. But I'll only listen to the ones with Gwyneth. Sorry, other woman.
Oh,
only
you know
Gwyneth.
how I feel about the other woman.
But with Gwyneth, I'll listen to every single one. And her and Brene were talking, and she talked about a breathing method that I have used a lot.
I feel bad I've put down some people that seem to be really bolstering your life.
They are. They're keeping me tethered to this earth.
I'm so sorry. They're wonderful women.
I feel that you don't agree.
Seems like you're holding on to anything.
I am holding. I'll hold on to anything. I just had 2 pieces of chocolate and I'm flying high.
Well, because your body is so little. I had 20 pieces, hasn't made a dent.
Look, I'm just saying they are keeping me tethered to this earth right now.
Well, you're going through a hard time and
they are, Brene Brown especially, like her talk about the use of breath is important to me.
Okay, no, I'm hearing this. And I'm wrong and Matt's wrong.
And I like that she's also like that Texas accent.
That's what I don't like.
I like it feels homespun to me.
A little too homespun for me. It's homespun, but it's to me she's like a Democrat kind of version of what's her name, Nancy Grace. She's like the Nancy Grace of wellness.
But yeah, I mean, I like that deep Southern accent. I like it.
I would never put anyone down that is bringing someone comfort, and that's on me. And I'm so glad that they're helping you.
No, but I will say I understand, but I feel like what you're saying but I'm attracted to like, not sexually, but I mean like I'm attracted to someone who feels like they have like
they can go on a long hike.
Yeah. Look,
June and I walked out of Eat, Pray, Love after Pray.
Oh, I walked out after Eat.
Yeah.
I was done after Eat.
Yeah. Danielle, I'm glad they're bringing you comfort.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad that you reject them. Look,
we all have so many different opinions.
We all do.
And to be honest, have I delved that deep into any of their work?
Not a one. Oh, can I tell you I've never read Wild? Never even seen the movie.
Well,
I just know her book of quotes.
Well,
that's all I've got going for me right now. And I liked her Dear Sugar. You were the one that turned me on to Dear Sugar.
Love the podcast.
You were the one that turned me on to The Waiting Room. Have we talked about The Waiting Room on this podcast?
I didn't. I've never heard of The Waiting Room.
Maybe it's not called The Waiting Room.
Oh, you mean
The Living Room.
We've talked about it, Danielle.
Yeah.
It is.
Anyway,
I've said it before, but I'll say it again. The greatest podcast episode of anything. I mean, it's won many awards. Love and Radio. Beautiful. The Living Room.
Oh, that's not Dear Sugar. Sorry. I thought they were associated.
In you.
No. Look,
we've got a guest.
Before we move on to our guest, real quick, I just wanted to say, guys, we have some special shows coming up. As we said, our original San Francisco show was sadly canceled, but we are coming June 1st. We're so excited. We have a 7:30 and a 10 o'clock show. There's still a few tickets left, and we promise I know we had to cancel, but we are coming back bigger and better, guys. Strong. Oh yeah, coming back strong. So some good shows.
And we have a very something different. We've actually never done this before.
Guys, we're going to do something called Bitch Sesh Watch Sesh.
You know what? It should be called List Sesh. Bitch Sesh List? Like listen set?
Oh, list?
But we're watching. It's going to be like listen.
No.
Okay, that makes no sense.
Bitch Sesh Watch Sesh.
Okay, sorry.
And it is going to be on May 22nd. And what we're going to do is
at the UCB Theater.
At the UCB Theater Sunset in the Inner Sanctum there. So get your reservations. You can go to the website today and get tickets. But it's basically a special show where we're all going to watch an episode of Real Housewives together. And it'll be
New York.
Yes, Real Housewives of New York together. And it'll be very interactive. We'll talk to the audience. You guys will have opinions and thoughts, and then we'll record
we'll do the podcast, and you can also pipe in with questions.
Very interactive podcast. We're excited. It's going to be sort of a fun event at UCB.
I've never watched a Housewives with like in a movie theater like setting.
Exactly. That's
as it's meant to be.
That's what I feel. We've never watched it in like a crowd, and I'm so excited. So if you live in LA or think of visiting, come. It's like I said, May 22nd at UCB Theater at 8 p.m. And our special guest for that episode is Brian Safi, who is the dream of
all dreams.
Yes. So really exciting. Get your tickets at UCB Theater, UCB Sunset.
Take a break. Guys, we're back with a phenomenal guest.
I'm very excited with this guest. I just
She's
met
been
her, but I
waiting
feel
very
like
patiently.
I feel like I've known her forever now.
Well, we had quite an experience together that we'll tell you all about. Guys, this gal is a hilarious comedian and actress and amazing actress as well. And she co-stars, if I may say,
you should say.
I should say. With me on the new HBO show, Mrs. Fletcher, along with Catherine Hahn, that we have been filming in New York.
Yep.
She's also, if I may say, the Second City main stage performer.
Wow. Wow.
She
quite
is,
a pedigree.
She's got it. Please welcome Katie Kershaw.
Oh, hi. Thank you for having me.
Hi,
so happy to have you here.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. I have bought multiple copies of Brene Brown's book.
Thank you, Katie.
Okay.
And I start it and go, absolutely not. and I put it
this
away.
I took a real swerve.
It took
there.
a swerve. Well, I will say, like, not to go deep, but I am currently grieving right now, and everyone's recommending that style of book to me.
Sure.
And
Have you tried Cheryl Strayed?
I know. Well, what I did was Joan Didion, Year of Magical
yes,
Thinking.
that's the one.
And that's the one. And when you're not grieving and you read it, you're like, oh, life is hell. This is over. And when you're grieving, you're like, absolutely.
Honestly, the ghostwriter that wrote Carol's book wrote a great book, which is called What Remains for Grief is actually a great book, too.
Ooh, I'll check it out.
Also, there's a meditation book that I love for grief called Meditations on Grief that a mom wrote. I'll get the author, and it's amazing. There's just like a very short paragraph every day. Because after my mom died, I couldn't take in large like literature or works, like just a little bit a day.
I'll have days where I look at Magical Thinking and I devour like 50 pages and I'm like, this is what I need to hear. And for the past 2 weeks, it's just been in my backpack because I like can't. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it.
It's the most visceral, most like it is grief. It is grief personified. It is grief like taken down to the bone.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like and those who haven't experienced grief, it's the closest. If you haven't, it's the closest you will get to feeling it. I feel.
I agree, which is why I've seen it devastate friends of mine.
Yeah.
And then I have another close friend who recently lost a parent, and she's like, it feels like a hug. Like it's very bizarre. It's like you're seeing and all of that. And then the Strahan style, all of that. No,
guys.
It doesn't. I'm happy that it doesn't for people.
I feel like there's a lot of what I'm hearing tonight is a lot of like I'm happy that works for you.
Honestly, I love that for you. I love that.
I know it sounds like a compliment, but it feels like an insult.
That feels really good for you. I'm just looking through my library of books
Great
on
books.
my iPhone, and I'm seeing some real books. These are just quickly what came up trying to find that meditation book. I see Brooke Shields, Down Came the Rain.
Oh,
I see Radical Acceptance by Tara Branch. I see I Can Make You Hot, Kelly Kalor and Ben Simone. I see The Naked Truth, Danielle Staub. 5 Love Languages, Gary Chapman.
we all need to know
all
our
over
love
the
language.
map.
That is
A-List
vital.
Diet.
You're
The
all
4
over the
Agreements,
map.
a book called No Bad Kids. And finally, The Light Between Us, a book by a psychic named Laura Lynn Jackson, recommended to me by the Good Podcast. Okay. The book on grief, I'm just going to say to you and to anyone else listening that really was so wonderful to me, is by Martha W. Hickman.
Okay.
And it is called Healing After Loss, Daily Meditations for Working Through Grief. Now, it has a spiritual angle to it.
I don't hate a spiritual
I
angle.
don't either, but it is so, she wrote it after she lost a child, and it is the most beautiful. It's such a beautiful book, though.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I bought Brene Brown's book is because
All right.
the healer, I'm not going to drop it. No, she's a wonderful person. The reason I bought it is because a healer I saw was like, you need this. So no, I'm absolutely there for it. I will have my chakras cleared, but I won't read a book. Like,
me
and
too.
that's, my flaw.
Yeah.
The only one.
It's all of our
Yes.
fault.
Yeah.
Now, tonight,
We
speaking
almost
of...
had our own grief.
Oh,
almost
God.
had
Guys, we had a real moment tonight that we're still unpacking.
I'm still processing
Yeah,
it.
I'm not over it.
I am done. I think, but maybe not.
What happened, Katie?
Okay, so
It's not funny, Danielle.
we sit down.
I'm uncomfortable.
Danielle, this honestly hurts. We sit down and I'm eating a salad,
Yep.
which is kind of cool. And suddenly I'm like, oh, something feels like it's stuck in my throat, feels thick. And I start drinking water. I'm like, wow, it's really not moving. There's really something going on. And then it was like, oh my God, I'm choking.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stand up with zero idea where I'm going. But I just stand up and start walking around your home.
She basically ran out of the room, and Danielle yells, Casey. I was like, oh, are you okay? I thought she's like coughing, and Danielle goes, it's serious. So I ran after you guys.
Yeah, and Danielle's
We're
gently.
laughing, but this was
I'm
truly
doing
shock.
the
It was
wrong thing, which is just
No.
gently stroking her back.
Yeah, it felt nice.
I thought because it felt there was coughing, so I thought, okay, there's breath coming through.
Exactly.
So,
But then I was like, something's not right here.
Yeah, and Casey looks at me and goes, Heimlich? Should we do the Heimlich?
and you said, and you nodded, yes,
Yes.
And I proceeded to do it.
Casey lifted this woman off the ground.
And I am larger. No, I want everyone to know Casey's strength. Like, it's not like, you just need to know.
Just to lift an adult woman off the ground is a hard thing to do.
I didn't even know I was off the
Casey,
ground.
You know that motherly strength when like a woman.
Yeah, I was just like, it happened so fast. I just said Heimlich. You gave me a yes, please.
I know Heimlich was like one. Okay.
She was like, okay, girl, I'll take a Heimlich.
Hey, I'll take a Heimlich. I'll take two.
And then Danielle goes, wow, you really like went in quick with the Heimlich. It's like, am I supposed to go slow with it?
The best is like I was done choking half a second before you did that.
You did vomit before she gave the vomit.
I will say I did vomit in my friend's
Guys,
home.
I don't know. When someone says yes to the Heimlich, I'm
get
not
it.
asking questions.
No, you did the right thing.
You were quick to action. And I meant that as a compliment. Like,
Yeah.
I am someone who's like slow in the uptake. I was once in a car that we thought was parked and we were actually
No.
moving. And I couldn't say, like, my whole body froze and I wanted to scream, like, we're moving. And I said nothing. Like, and so that is me. I'm a beat behind, but Casey, you were right on it.
Right
it was
on it.
impressive.
I don't know, guys. I was freaking out.
We were
all freaking out, and it's just like a good way to start a day.
Yeah.
and
To
a
meet
night,
someone. You
to
two
meet
had met
someone.
1
We
minute
had met
earlier.
a minute too before, but I feel very close to you.
Oh,
now.
Well, because we all had to
it's-
have some tears. It was quite a moment. We're
I
laughing
just
now.
started crying immediately
it was
afterwards.
terrifying.
And
for
I
all
kept
of
trying
us.
to talk, and Danielle was like, "Don't talk."
I was like, please stop
Which is the
speaking.
correct move. You were caught
like,
up by then.
Just breathe and drink water.
And you kept apologizing, which I don't know what Brene Brown would say about that.
Also, what is a Brene?
I'm
yeah,
glad
She
you're
would say
okay.
she would say vulnerability.
Yeah, I have been more vulnerable in that moment.
You were
Don't
very
know.
vulnerable.
Not when I was lifting you off. the ground. That was wild.
and
that
then
was
we
wild.
Still are doing a podcast.
I know, and the fact
afterwards.
you both were just like, "It's okay if you need to go," and I was like, "Absolutely not." I've taken notes, and I've never had more of a fire to watch.
You've never need. You
Yeah.
felt alive. And
I felt alive.
Yeah.
Oh, I understood those women more than I've ever understood anybody now.
In that moment.
yeah.
Yes, it's
You
a
saw
movie.
their
Yeah.
lives flash before your eyes.
Yes, are you kidding me?
Which housewife's life flashed before your eyes?
Ramona's hairstyles.
You took the
You
journey.
said
I
something
took
so funny about Ramona. What did you say? She's always battling her hair.
Oh, it was Sonia. Sonia?
Sonia,
Sonia, who is always battling her hair. Also, always, I think, I love Lala, but I think Lala will search for the rest of her life for the perfect hair length. I don't think we're there.
No.
I think we're just not there. We're just not there.
Miles to go before we sleep.
I really do. And it's not, she's got something good to work with. but-
Oh, all the raw materials.
They're
yes,
all
but
there.
it doesn't feel like we're not confident in it. We've got, it's maybe thinner than some of our friends. And maybe we need a little bit of body. Maybe we need a part. Maybe we need to learn where that part goes.
Maybe we need a shorter. Maybe we need a longer.
Yeah.
Maybe we need a blonder.
Maybe we need a shaved side. Is that
Don't-
still happening?
I don't think it is, but now I crave it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where should we start?
Well, let's take a break and ponder on Lala's hair and come right back.
Yeah. Ponder on life and Lala's hair.
Guys, we're back. We're all alive. We're all breathing,
Yes.
which is a blessing in itself.
Yes,
And
we
I don't
learned
say that
tonight.
jokingly.
Yeah.
As I believe Pitbull said, any day above ground is a good day.
Should we talk about Atlanta? Because
Great. Love to.
dive right in, but it really is the crown jewel as of late.
The Atlanta third part reunion was so sensational. As my father would say, sensational.
I mean, first of all, I had a thought, and I shared it with you ladies earlier, and I really believe this is true, is that for most housewives, I do believe reality TV has been unhealthy for them and for their lives, and they have not grown from it. Their lives have been made worse. They might have more money and fame, but their actual lives have been made worse.
Oh, yeah.
With Portia, I feel like she has grown in front of
Yes.
our eyes. Reality TV has been the best thing that has ever happened to her. Who she was when we saw her years ago with Cordell, to who she was, this earth mother with intelligence,
Sherlock
humor.
Portia, as Andy called her. Yeah.
yes, bravery,
Mm-hmm.
forgiveness,
Grace.
grace. In
And
her
when
heart.
she gathered everyone for that prayer at the end,
It was gorgeous.
I was crying. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Andy was so touched by that prayer.
Yeah.
she feels like an angel, just like the glow that she has when she has pregnancy. But like there's a glow that she just has like been like growing in her.
Yep.
She's never looked more beautiful. She like holds her own, and just like the way in which she holds herself feels above so much of things that happen. I don't know. I just absolutely adore Portia.
Pregnancy suits her.
Oh, for sure. Well, I think
Yes.
she's always wanted to be a mother.
Yeah.
I think that has been a desire. I think she was with the wrong man before. And she's you know what
flying
also?
now.
Yeah.
She has been through stuff now. When we first met her, she hadn't been through anything. She was sort of this spoiled child.
Trying to get that hair care business off the ground with her sister.
Yeah. And she has been through life. Life has kicked her.
Yeah.
And she has risen like a phoenix from the ashes.
Yes.
And into our homes. And we are better for it.
I agree.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, Nene, it's a dark road, a dark journey with Nene.
It's just so sad. Like, I don't know. Everything about what's happening with her right now just makes me very sad. But the way she sits there, it felt like this bizarre, like, Last Supper. Like, with we're sitting at this weird, like, Godhead, like, moment. And then we have this, like, angelic Portia happening over here. Like, all of it. And, like, Cynthia's always my goddess. Like, all of them just, like, this, like, tone and the way in which Nene just spoke the entire time was
showing no vulnerability.
No.
Speaking of, none.
None.
It was so rude when she and Cynthia were going back and forth, which was genuinely painful to watch.
Yeah.
And what did Nene keep saying? Like, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Oh,
And
I hated it.
I love the way Cynthia was coming back at her, though. She's like, oh, I can tell by your tone we're not good.
Yes. Well, Cynthia was calling her out on stuff. And Cynthia's like, if we're
Was
gonna
Cynthia being shady? I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
I had thought so at first, but upon further investigation, I don't think so. But I also feel like
it was the dumbest thing to be shady about.
it doesn't matter. It's like, who cares if Kenya is showing up at her shower? I mean, or her, whatever party.
Yeah, and then to find out like Nene and Kenya aren't even really that much in a fight. It's like, and Nene saying I was betrayed. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
That is over friggin' blown.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Her attitude, Nene's, it was tough to watch. It just was. And Marlo is so disgusting.
Oh, cannot stand. But it was just it was just a person who is so like deeply hurt and wounded, but can't speak to what actually is deeply hurting and is open.
And they're our friend. They are there for her. Even through
so
their
there
differences.
for
They're
her.
like, Nene, we're here for you. We'll be there for you. We are on this journey with you. What do you and Greg need? And to turn it back around on them and be like, you betray. It's like, no, we're not. We're imperfect, but we are here for you. We have been through shit,
it's such
but
a
we are here
strange
for you.
instinct to be down, and like turning on people is so self-sabotaging. You need these people the most, and you're pushing them away in such an aggressive manner. You're only hurting yourself.
And Nene said the only thing she regrets is the cursing.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you guys.
The shirt. Huh?
You guys, I had no idea she choked the producer.
That
And,
was
he lost a tooth. He lost a tooth. Okay, everyone was acting like, oh yeah, he pulled the shirt. And I was kind of like, well, that was wrong. But, like, and she definitely laid hands, but like she pulled the shirt. And then everyone was just dead silent. And then someone was like, well, he went to the hospital. And then I was like, oh, okay, maybe he was like, you know, and then someone was like, well, of course, she choked him up against the wall. And then someone was like, and he lost his tooth. I was like, what?
What?
That's what happened inside that closet? Why don't we have any footage of that?
Oh.
Because he had to drop the camera. He was choking.
Yes, that's right.
It was too terrifying. But she's grieving and hurting from something so deep that she can't control.
Yeah.
So she's just turning it out to every source and just like spraying that anger in every way.
I thought the biggest thing was the thing with the belt, which was whatever that thing was, her pull, that was, I guess, nothing compared to her choking out and
tooth.
The tooth.
I'm surprised she's not being fired.
That is
like
weird.
that's
They will-
Andy's people.
They will never fire her.
Right. Okay.
I don't think. If you're not going to be fired from that.
That is intense to lose a tooth. I'm looking at our engineer Lyra's hair again, and it looks so beautiful. And I asked you, I said, did you dye your hair? Sorry for this insane
I love
segue.
it.
And she said, I did dye it last June. And that was hard.
And that was tough to hear from Casey.
That was really hard for all of us. But
and I pretended like I knew that.
Danielle was like, yeah, Casey.
I was like, get on board.
But it does look beautiful.
It
and
really
it is
does.
catching my eye.
Oh, I was
It was a
noticing
great dye job.
all night. Yeah.
No, our engineer is very,
Very beautiful.
stylish and beautiful. She does look like a Cameron Diaz.
And I'm glad you dyed
Oh.
it. You know, that's very beautiful. Last
Yeah.
June.
Unbelievable skin.
When you dyed it a
Last
year
June.
ago. Really like the changes you made last June.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was a big month for all of us.
Yeah.
It was really huge.
I hope
for
you
all
don't
of
need the
us involved.
Heimlich, or we probably won't notice.
Oh,
Lord.
I love Cynthia so much. I just
I
hate
do
it.
too.
I loved what she said when she's like, I've been friends with Nene for 8 years and I'm a strong woman because to be friends with Nene is not easy.
No.
And she said, but I'm done. I don't want anything in my life that doesn't bring me peace. I was like, this is my Brene Brown.
Yeah.
Miss Cynthia Bailey. Chill.
What do we think of
Cynthia
her?
Michael.
What do we think of Michael?
I love him.
Yeah. Into it. Strong into it.
No, guys.
Why?
Danielle, he's great.
I don't know.
Even
I don't
Nene
like-
said he was great.
But here's
She did not want to either.
But
Yes.
she had to
She
because
had to.
that's how great he is.
Yes. She didn't want to. And it
No.
was so satisfying when
Yeah.
she was like, I do. Yes, I do. Like it
And
was
she
gorgeous.
really didn't want to do that prayer.
Oh, no, she did not.
But here's my problem, and hear me out on this.
Okay.
Okay.
He keeps threatening to marry her, but yet he doesn't pop the question.
Maybe
I
that's
find
their like cat and mouse.
What?
I don't hate it. I don't hate
Yeah,
it.
I
I
don't
don't hate it.
I don't
Yeah.
understand because she's so ready for it. And he's like, I'm going to marry you in the future. Like, I don't understand that. It's like, you guys are in your 50s. What's the wait? Hearing me out? If you didn't want to get married, that's fine. I don't care.
I think it's just like fun, sexy banter for them. Like I think she loves being like, I wasn't gonna get remarried, but now I am since I met Mike Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't say Mike
Since
without
I
Hill.
met Mike Hill,
Since the minute I laid eyes in June on Mike Hill,
everything changed in June. No, I do think it's like a weird thing that they do. And it's also the way to play around with the fear of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because they're not wanting to do it, but it's scary.
I understand
As
that.
someone who's terrified of commitment, I mean, it's scary.
So you identify with Mike, it sounds like.
Oh, I am Mike Hill. What?
You're
Okay.
Mike Hill?
I am Mike
Did I
Hill.
do
I
Heimlich
take
on
back what
Mike
I
Hill?
said?
You did do Heimlich. I had already puked in your home.
And you you spit up Mike Hill.
I spit it suddenly.
A little Mike Hill
I
came
had
out.
my final form, which is Mike Hill.
Guys, I have never been more excited for anything. And everybody, please watch. This is like our version of a book club for Portia's. Oh, God.
Oh,
What's it
Portia's
called?
having a baby.
Portia's having a baby.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Ready,
It looked
prepared.
her and those feathers.
Oh, I love seeing her like splayed out.
And watching the fight between his mom and her mom. It's going to be good, guys.
A montage of her just eating
Love it.
everything.
Oh, she's always like laid out and sexy, like silk lingerie with like a corn dog, which I appreciate.
Oh, there was
I
a
love
burger and nails moment that I was like,
Yes.
this is my future. It
love
was
her.
so gorgeous.
I love her so much, and I'm so happy for her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could have never predicted this.
No, but I'm
No.
so happy
What's
we.
going on with Eva? Quickly, just want to take the temperature.
Oh.
Are we believing?
I don't believe it.
Well, I believe her, obviously, over the abuse.
Oh yes, but I
Yes.
don't. I believe there are many money issues at stake. I believe that. I just think you don't. She was so cagey about stuff.
But can I just point out one
Uh-huh.
thing? She thought Nene wasn't wearing a mic, and then said that's when we heard all the information that like she moves around because she has to because of this.
Mm-hmm.
So she said that thinking no one was listening. So you don't buy that as an excuse.
Oh no, I think no. I believe all of that. I think that there is a financial
Okay, you do think
situation.
the moving is having
Yes,
to do with that. Okay,
no.
got
That's
it.
not what I'm saying. No.
Okay.
I'm saying I think that there might
On
be
top of that.
on top of that, there's
Yeah,
a financial strain there.
I think what's hard about it is that it is just straight up a muddy situation.
Yes.
So of course the abuse is terrifying, but
Oh, and
she's
that
caught
man?
herself.
That
Uh-huh.
man that was, she always says like the sperm donor or whatever.
Yeah.
I believe I read in some tabloid that he was accused of, I believe, like an abusive situation in another relationship recently.
Oh, I'm sure.
So like he's a monster, no
Oh,
doubt.
no
I
doubt.
think I'm
no
just saying.
doubt. That's not even to be questioned. I guess I'm more just like, what's going on with the bridesmaids? What's going on?
Well,
Yeah.
with
That's
the
where
rented
things start to get like
cars?
I don't think you have 3 bridesmaids
Mhm.
that are talking shit about you at the same time if there's not something going on.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One, yes, you fell out. She was being an asshole. You didn't, and but 3, when Candy was like, oh no, there's 3. I was
Oh,
like,
I love Candy.
then
And
there's
why does
Jesus
Candy
Christ.
get in on it?
Because why not? She can step in whenever she wants. She's a queen, and then she can step right back
Yeah.
out.
I love when
love
Nene
her.
kept saying you're not important.
It was gorgeous, and those bangs just floating
oh,
down into those eyes. Those
I
bangs
loved them.
had power.
Yes.
I loved those bangs.
They did have power.
They really, really
Everything
did.
was rolling right off her. Like Nene was like, "You're not important." She was like, "I'm not important." Just repeating it all back.
It was gorgeous. It
Because
was gorgeous.
Candy knows she is richer than everyone. She's got more
Yes.
business,
and she's got the talent. as
Yes.
well,
Oh,
so.
she
doesn't.
absolutely.
So when someone says something like "you're not important," Candy laughs because she just knows that.
And because
She's been
true.
independent since the beginning
Yeah.
of this of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like she is the one that stood solidly on her own
Yeah.
before anyone else.
But I think when you have 3 bridesmaids that are mad at you, something
And that start randomly calling a side character on the television show you're on.
happened. that-
Yeah.
I did like that Eva called out Marlon, was like, yeah, they called the one of us that doesn't have a peach anyway.
Yes.
I was
Oh,
like,
I
wow.
love Eva, and I
Yeah.
like that we're getting Eva the diva,
Yes.
if you will.
I'm into
attitude.
it.
I
And
am too.
she's you can't not look at her.
I think she's definitely coming back. I
stunning.
don't
Yeah.
think Tanya will be joining us
No.
again.
No.
No.
But I did love hearing Andy say full lesbian 15 times.
Are you a full-time
Were
lesbian
you
in
a
New York?
full-time-
She's like, I wasn't a part-time
Full
lesbian.
time? Were you on the clock?
Were you a full on lesbian? Like, it was so
Did you guys
bizarre.
notice when they panned out, they'd taken the fish out of the
No.
pond at one point?
No.
I believe so. I believe the fish were jumping and they had to get them out.
Oh,
That's
you
just-
would see Portia just like jump at
Oh.
the fish throughout.
was
Like
so
I
good.
said, in theory, the fish was a great idea. In
Mhm.
actual execution, might have been a distraction from
bit
it.
of a
Oh.
distraction.
What we really wanted to watch.
Yeah.
The fish cam was not anything to me.
Not
Much like the
needed.
nail cam at the Emmys. It's just
No,
That was
Nobody needed it.
Nobody
so
asked for it. No one
strange.
asked for it.
No,
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 and
no, no.
whoever did the fish cam, you know, it was sitting back there like, ah, fuck, I really thought it was
They
gonna
also
work.
fucked up the little fortunes that they all
How did
passed
they
around Red Fortunes.
how did
Not
they fuck 'em
funny.
up?
I
Oh.
felt like we could have gotten funnier
Yeah,
writing.
Yeah.
Of course, unfortunately. Shall we take a break and move on?
Please.
Yeah, okay.
Guys, we're back. and
Something
has transpired during the break.
Our
Another person
engineer-
has choked.
We're not kidding. I know it
This
sounds
is-
like we
sounds like a joke.
They were making fun of me. Straight up, another
No,
choke.
guys, this was
Our
Katie
engineer,
went to the
Lyra.
bathroom and I had Lyra open up a bottle of wine and what only can be described as a spontaneous choking fit.
Casey and I just made it about ourselves. We're like, "Are you serious?"
Danielle was laughing as she tried to help her. I was like, I guess I'm ready.
But did you offer to Heimlich?
You
No.
did not.
It
In
was
June. In
really
June, you'll-
strange.
In June, we'll get back to it.
Guys, that was really odd, Lyra.
Lyra,
get
please
it
stay safe.
together.
Everyone, stay safe out there, please.
Lyra, you're my sister. I see you. You will not be forgotten. And I'm here
By
for
Casey, you will be.
Guys, let's move on to Vanderpump Rules.
Shall we? Now,
Oh, I'd love to.
our guest, we have an exciting thing with our guest
Uh-huh.
because our guest is actually from Kentucky.
Born and raised.
So she has an insight into our dear country goddess, Brittany.
Oh, yes, I do. I mean, the entire episode, I was just like, this is so disgustingly Kentucky.
Now, yeah, I'd love your insights
Yeah, what
on.
parts of it? And my grandparents are from Louisville. And so
Louisville?
I love Kentucky.
Louisville. Louisville's great.
Me too. Okay, take us through like your take on Brittany.
Okay, so Brittany grew up in Winchester, where my father lived for a while. So I was there, you know, every other weekend or whatever. And Winchester is like right outside of the city of Lexington. So it's like she's always like, I grew up in a small town. No, it's really not.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
really.
Because that's part of her charm.
Yeah,
It is a
sure.
part of her charm. Winchester, maybe itself as a city is small, but it's right by Lexington, where the horses are and where the bourbon is, and
No,
where
I'd never heard of Lexington until today.
Lexington is the biggest city in Kentucky,
Okay,
bigger
great.
than Louisville.
Okay.
It's where the University of Kentucky is.
Okay.
Transylvania University,
Got it.
openly gay mayor, removed the Confederate statues before anyone asked them to. They were just like, honestly, we don't need to do this.
Wow.
Super liberal, like town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm embarrassed that I hadn't heard of it.
I am free too, but like
Well,
we're
yeah.
figuring it out. We're figuring it out.
We're going somewhere.
No,
Coming to
no,
the
so
bottom of
like,
this.
it's
No,
not.
I worked at Actors Theater of Louisville, so I've certainly
You
spent
worked at
time.
Actors Theater?
Well, yeah.
Oh my
I
god,
didn't
love
know that.
I was more of an apprentice.
Oh, you did the apprentice program?
Yes.
There? Oh, I
During
dreamed
college?
of doing that.
During college, so I was like doing plays, but mainly like running spotlight and like.
That's
you know.
impressive, though. That theater is.
Thanks, guys.
It's a big deal in the Humana Festival. I love Actors Theater. So the big joy to me is that she's getting married in the castle. And there's a castle outside of Lexington when you're headed towards Versailles, because we call it Versailles and not Versailles.
Okay.
That is sat empty since I was born. And it was like every time we drive from my super small town to go to the mall in Lexington for school clothes, we would drive and we'd pass the castle. And it was just like this thing. We were like, can we take the route so we can pass the castle? Like it was this huge thing and it just sat on the hill. No one lived there. No one knew the story. And then a few years ago, a friend of mine told me somebody bought the castle. It's being renovated. It is now an event space. It is now a B&B. And we all freaked the fuck out.
Well, that castle is going to be like the central, like.
I mean, we're gonna get a special.
Well, I mean,
Brittany and
without
Jack's
a
getting
doubt, the
married.
castle is
special?
paying Brittany. Like, without a doubt.
Are
I
we getting a
believe that we'll
special,
get a
or is this going
special.
to be the opener next season?
I believe we'll have a spinoff.
I think, oh.
Not like in the way that Portia's having a baby is a
Yeah.
spinoff. Like
Right.
it'll be like a special event, like 3-part wedding.
I did not follow Jax and Brittany to Kentucky when they went there for
Either
a
did
three
I,
arc
but it was
episode.
or it was its own show for like it was like a spinoff series for
Yeah.
a minute, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't follow them either.
Yeah, and I feel like they made it just seem like the quaintest country bumpkin-esque experience, which it just really isn't.
Mhm.
Like, I'm from that part of Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'm
Uh-huh.
from a town called Hazard of 4,000. We celebrate coal.
Is it where the Dukes are from?
Dukes of Hazard is Hazard County, Georgia,
Okay.
with 2 Z's. We are Hazard 1 Z in Perry County. That being said, the General Lee is like in town. Like you can
Okay.
like go take a picture next to it.
Okay.
There's no connection, but there's every connection. It's a thing. So Hazard is super small and it has all that quaint bullshit.
It
Uh-huh.
hazard that quaint.
It hazards that quaint.
You said it has all. It sort of sounded
Has
like
all,
that.
hazard.
Guys, I don't know what's happening to me. That's
We've all been through something.
Do you
the
feel like you're gonna
worst.
choke?
It's not even. It's not even
Are
a
you
joke.
okay?
If you choke, I will run the fuck out of here. I am not staying another goddamn minute in this hellhole.
This haunted house. Do you like Brittany?
Brittany feels like home in a
Right.
weird way. Like her accent really is like very authentic. It's not a
Mhm.
lay on. Like
How come you don't have much of an accent? I can hear slight edges of it.
right.
Is
You're
it
a
your actor's
performer?
training?
I think so. I think it was there is this thing growing up there that was like, if you want to be taken seriously, you need to get rid of that now.
Really?
And I was like, oh, I want to be an actor and I want to leave this place. And I haven't lived in that area of Kentucky since I was like 14.
Oh.
I feel like when Brittany got on the show, she was like, "Hey, y'all," and they're like, "Oh, if you want to be taken seriously on this show, you will amp up that accent by 100." She was
yeah.
like, "Hey, y'all."
Yeah, she goes for
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah,
she
she's like,
really
"Let's
goes.
go chase.
Oh, my
she
God.
gave those Beauty and the Beast style.
I can't. I
Oh.
can't.
and I won't.
And
and
I
her
love it.
breasts in that purple lace, clinging for life. That top.
Oh yes.
It was wild.
No one works harder than that dress. No one has ever worked as hard as that dress in that moment.
I agree.
It was unforgivable.
Unforgettable. Yeah.
Yeah, but just
Wow.
like the hair always hot rolled.
Always hot
I mean, that is
rolled.
so Kentucky. Like that, just like
No.
that look.
Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, and I welcome feedback. I didn't think Kristen was that close
Either
with
did I.
Brittany.
To
No.
believe you were in contention, but I have to say,
That was shocking.
when she offered the matron
Ugh.
of honor to Katie, and Katie's disgusting reaction, like as if judgment on, I was like, "Fuck off."
And also, you've never heard of
Katie.
a matron of honor before?
I know. Where have they
How that
been?
is not a new thing.
She was like, okay.
To get that reaction when someone asked you to be their matron of honor was so gross
Katie's a
and so
piece of
Katie. She's
shit.
a
Mhm,
black hole of
mhm.
energy. She's an energy suck.
I know
Mhm.
we say this literally every week.
Yeah, I know, but like, but then she reinforces it every week. She does something
Right.
new every
She
week.
gives you a reason to
Right.
believe.
Oprah says, you teach us how to treat you.
And,
Mhm.
She's taught us.
oh
well.
yeah, well,
Okay. Jack speaking to Brittany's father.
I was crawling out of my skin. Like, already not a fan.
Yeah.
And then for him to speak that way to that nice, sweet man who is, I'm sure, footing the bill for this wedding, who's traveled all the way there and is sitting there. It was gross. It was
With a guy he knows has cheated on his daughter.
yes.
When someone tells you who they are, believe them.
Maya Angelou.
Thank you. And Jack
This show is really
says-
beautifully. We're giving such life wellness nuggets.
from other people,
Can
from
we-
other wise women, not these three, not these three garbage people, but from wise women.
And being a garbage person, can we backtrack to her guy friend from Kentucky and
Sure.
what
Oh, yes.
the landslide of his hair was? It was just a straight down like hill. Like it just there was nothing.
There was nothing holding it up.
No.
It was a mudslide.
It was a mudslide.
Yeah.
It was an absolute mudslide. And that is one of those things where I feel like I'm sure in Winchester he's like, I'm the shit.
Yeah.
I look good. I go out.
Speaking of Winchester, when and Brittany's family and friends, when Jax takes credit
For the
for the birth
baby.
of that fucking baby, I was
Disgusting.
you disgusting piece of shit.
He's
As a person
such a
that
piece
has
of shit.
been through IVF, like, fuck off.
He's so the
motherfucker.
person, if he does one thing for you, he's bringing it up constantly.
Never referring to the mother.
No.
Never once referred to the mother at all whatsoever.
Oh, he was so proud of him when he said, I'll match that money. I was like, he's so
Oh.
gross.
Honestly, find a way to give that money back to Jax
How
because you will
about-
be indebted to him for the rest of your life.
How about when Brittany's friend said that
no.
the first time that Jax met Brittany, he said, and I quote, I would eat her asshole. And then we pan to a beautiful pan to Jax's sister. That was nice.
That was a lovely moment.
That is
It was
gorgeous
gorgeous.
television.
Yeah.
That is stunning editing.
I would love, God, if they would give me a camera to see if I could do, I couldn't even do like anything that they're doing with the pans and they know who to go to.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Genius work.
It really
Jax's
is.
quote of the evening was, I know everyone's talking about me loving and cherishing Brittany, but can she love and cherish
No.
me? What about making me happy? I'm always going to be number one.
He's such a piece of shit.
That
And
is
then
beautiful
also-
words.
Blaming their reactions on, I know I'm really hung up on this Kentucky thing, but blaming their reactions on like, I don't know how they do things in Kentucky. And I'm like, that is baseline level respect.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
human.
Yes, exactly. That has nothing to do with him being small town or backwards or whatever the fuck is his issue with where she's from. That is, it's being a human being.
Yeah.
Also, him taking dad's ashes everywhere. As somebody who's currently traveling with my own father's ashes,
So you can speak to this.
I can.
So you can
I,
speak this.
I
You
would
really
say I'm
are.
the one in the room who can talk about traveling with father's ashes.
Yeah, I'll fall silent here.
Yeah.
No, it just,
I won't fall silent, but happy to pipe in.
no, it was just so bizarre. In like an old like JCPenney like necklace box.
It seems strange.
It was like an odd.
How small was your
choice.
father? That's what
I know.
was
I do have.
thinking.
I do have a they call it keepsake ashes, where they just give you a small amount. And when I
Is
got
it in like
them,
a keychain?
no, mine's in like a baby urn.
Well, that's
It
cute.
is cute. It's nice. But when I got it, I
Sorry,
was talking
keepsake, and what are the others? The
keepsake, but then you
main-
get like the big daddies, like the big ones, the
Right.
box. So my
that's
like
more than
stepmom
a
has
keepsake.
like
That's
a
like
box.
a
it.
gorgeous wooden box, and I just have. I obviously
You
wasn't
only
in
got
the room.
keepsake?
That's what I wanted.
I feel
just
like
wanted
that's
a small
more.
thing.
I would only, I think, want.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I knew I was flying. I knew I couldn't take all of them with me. I knew I was flying.
I mean, you just want to be.
Oh my god!
I mean, you can only take. You have to cost extra if you're gonna bring money.
You do have to let them know.
I knew I was flying. Wow.
Well, when I chose to get the small one, the guy at the
I just see you looking in a catalog.
that's what you do there. He's like, so we got the keepsakes, we got the bigger ones. This is in Berea, Kentucky, smaller than Winchester. And he's like showing them all to me. And I'm like, I guess I'll do the small one. And so I get the small one and he like takes care of it. Like he puts the ashes in there for me.
right there?
I didn't see it. I was like,
Okay.
I walked away. So he did it and then he brought it to me and
God.
kind of implied there's more if I ever want it.
God,
And
Stop. Like,
use the
there's
word
more,
scoop.
there's more where that came from.
Use the word scoop.
God.
So
I'm sorry, Katie. I'm sorry.
This is our darkest episode.
He did not use
I
the word
am
scoop.
so sorry. Honestly, cut all
No,
of this out.
please.
All of it out.
No,
Wait,
this
he
is
used the word
real.
scoop.
He's like, if you'd ever want like another scoop or something.
Like a thing from a coffee roaster.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, do you want another scoop?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But then I went to the airport, like right post funeral, wearing the dress and like holding like a single rose, like truly a moment. And you have to tell them that you have ashes.
Keepsake.
you do? Why do you
I-
have to tell them you have ashes? It's not a liquid.
No, but just like I think it's like a I
I
don't
feel
know.
like it's like people just want to know.
Honestly, they want to know my business. So it's very dramatic in the Lexington, Kentucky airport, which is one
I
terminal.
love you have to
all
tell
your
the
stories.
TSA.
I love all your stories. You're orienting us
Yeah, you're like, that's not
in terms of
in
Kentucky.
Beansplat, Kentucky. That's in Kinkerbrew.
Thanks for keeping us oriented.
Yeah, I want everyone to know the map.
Uh-huh.
But this
Well, it
airport
seems I don't know it because I've just now heard of
the
Lexington.
biggest thing.
Actually, guys, I have heard of Lexington. I want to make a
say.
retraction.
Okay.
I have.
Much like we didn't know of Ken's age last week.
Oh my God, Ken.
Mistake.
Mistake. I'm still getting, I'm like, we have issued a retraction. People are still emailing
know.
me and being like,
And I want to make a quick retraction. I know, of course, I know Lexington, Kentucky. For a minute, I was hearing it more like Lexington. You know?
Thank you for
Yeah.
that.
Go
Thank you
on,
for that.
Katie.
No. That's but like I put it in the little like TSA train. It was separate and no one's in security.
like you have to take it out like your computer?
Yeah.
Is it sealed?
Oh yeah. There's it's like in a baggie and then
It's
in the
not like
keepsake
when I put my purse
urn.
through and everything just goes straight.
No, so like I had to tell the woman I was clearly just
yeah.
Of course.
going through it, and I was like, "I have an urn," and she was like, "Yeah, I heard," because they like Delta told TSA
So you
that
had
it
to
was coming
call
through.
Delta or you told them when you
I
were
told it when I checked
Okay,
in. I was
okay.
very like, "Hey,
Of
y'all,
course.
traveling with an urn."
Were people kinder to you, do you
They
think?
were super kind, but the keepsake urn is real small.
Uh-huh.
So when I put it in the bin, and and granted, it's sealed, nothing can come out. It has like a grid and like a normal tub, but it has a
Yeah.
grid.
Mhm.
And I put it in, and as soon as the woman started to move it, it just fell over to the side,
Oh.
and she shit herself. Like she
Aw.
looked at me like, "I don't wanna," and like she
Right.
wouldn't touch it, and I was like, "It's fine. Like it's just gonna lay down."
Wow.
So anyway, that's my urn story,
Wow.
and that's why I connected with Jax.
Jax.
Well, and Lala.
Oh, and Lala. I
And
mean,
there's a
Vanderpump
lot of-
is dead father zone.
Yes.
It is shocking.
Yeah. It is.
Absolutely shocking.
A lot of these shows we were in Tinsley's father.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
God,
we're really
yeah.
in a zone.
we're in a
right
zone
now,
right
that-
now.
And Lisa's brother and
Lisa's
And Nene with Greg. Like we're in a
Dennis.
season.
Dennis.
Mhm.
Guys, every death is coming from all angles. Everybody again, watch out.
Stay
Stay
safe.
safe. On a different note,
Yeah.
I feel like we're watching another show on Vanderpump Rules, a side show
Yeah.
called Marina Del Rey.
100%.
It's just Sheena Shea.
Mhm.
in
Why
Marina
didn't
Del
she go out
Rey.
to dinner with that guy? Why
I
does she
don't
make
know.
everyone like cook in
Come
her
to
weird, gross
Marina Del
place?
Rey. It's the saddest show we've ever seen.
That
We're
apartment.
best friends. We're best friends. We're best friends. That was a
It's
great
so-
montage.
Oh, gorgeous montage.
Yeah.
That apartment can only be described as standard.
yeah.
Like,
And then she had those fuzzy lavender pillows, and you said the same thing about the house that Dorinda was renting in New York, which we'll get
Yes.
to, which is your feeling on a certain shade of lavender is that.
it's cheap.
Right.
It is low rent. It is cheap. It looks
Like when they were making out with those fuzzy lavender pillows, I felt that.
it's
Watching-
very like 2003.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching her make out with that guy
Oof.
with some of the gross, like I had to turn it off.
And how much she loved being like, what? I made out with some Spurs and some Lakers in there. And it's like, that's her whole identity. And why was she crying about Adam? None of it
I
makes
don't.
any
And
sense.
Brittany's like,
I don't think she and Adam are really, I think it's all fake.
you think that's fake?
Someone's approached me on the street.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
There's some issues.
Okay.
I want to know him.
Then-
Your eyes will tell you if you listen to your heart.
I feel like your eyes are trying to tell me something. Feels like your eyes are telling me you're attracted to me.
something's going on there. I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but it's very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Something's not right.
Anything else
Something's
for
not right.
Vanderpump?
Oof, I mean, I think I've gone on too long. No, I got it.
I was
really
going to say
have.
this. I think that Brittany's mom is my age. I feel like she's my contemporary.
Oh, I love Brittany's mom.
Like, I feel like she's-
Obsessed
she
with
And the
how
way
Brittany's
old
they're
is
mom.
like,
she?
oh, she's like, I'm holding out hope for Jax.
She's like 40.
she
Yeah.
looks good. She looks real
She
good.
looks real young. And I don't know.
She looks good.
Yeah, she looks great.
Shall we take a break and come back?
Sure.
Guys, we're back with Beverly Hills. Denise loves a pant with a stripe down the side.
Yeah, she does.
She'll dress it up. She'll dress it down.
No, she won't really dress it up.
She doesn't dress anything up because she's too busy getting fucked at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh my Lord.
She has no time to dress
She
it
has
up.
no time.
No.
Why is that husband of her always sweating? Has anyone
I wrote down
noticed that?
Aaron always sweating.
Always perspiring, like dripping.
I like Aaron, but
too.
I do
he
too.
looks like 1,000 people, and I can never nail it down. Like every single time he comes on the screen, I'm like, he kind of looks like, and I can't fill in the blank.
Mhm.
And I don't
started-
know what it is. It's like a very. I mean, I really like Aaron for sure.
I really genuinely started tearing up when she was upset about her kids and
Oh,
Charlie.
God,
that
broke
was
my heart.
And then I thought that was really sweet what he said to her. Like, if that hadn't happened, you wouldn't be here. We
Yes.
wouldn't be. I was
But
like,
I
these
felt
two seem happy.
For
He's
her in
a
that
healer.
moment,
Yeah, he's a
he
healer.
truly is. A
He
healer.
is.
That's his job description.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I felt for her in that moment. We as women, as hard as we try, we blame ourselves for everything.
And she's clearly such a sweet woman.
oh my God.
I love her so.
I love her. I
am
love her
s-
presence. See, that's how someone who's not bringing driving a lot of storyline. That's what we need from her. Like she's a Cynthia. It's someone beautiful and fun and gorgeous to look at
Yeah.
that you know is a nice person.
There's not a lot of drama.
Like
but
I don't need a Barbara Kay not driving stories.
No.
I don't need a Teddy. That I want that. A
Yeah.
Denise.
And the way Denise was like while she was exercising, like I think I'm gonna take Lisa out for lunch, even though I know I should. Like knowing, like I'm gonna do it. I'm
Uh-huh.
here. I know what this means. Like it's so aware. It was beautiful.
She's the best.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's a question for you guys. How are these women still excited to see Boy George perform? They've seen him perform 10,000 times. at this point.
Shocking.
On the show alone, we've seen Boy George perform more than any other artist. How are we still excited
I
about
wrote this Boy George stuff is making me so upset. There is an end to everything. I don't know what that means, but there is an end to everything, and
Yeah.
there needs to be an end to this.
I will
Yeah.
say, as someone who actively dislikes Camille, her body rolling in that box is my new kink. I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
I'm utterly
She
obsessed.
only has one dance move, and that
She
is a body
only-
roll.
And anytime I see it, I'm
And
like,
remember when her old
absolutely.
house, the
She
one
had a
that
dance studio.
burned to the ground, she
Yeah.
had a dance studio.
Yeah.
Where all she did was body roll in it.
That's all
A whole-
you need.
Like
I like
thousands
seeing
of-
Lisa Rinna move too.
Oh, Lisa,
Lisa
another queen who
Rinna.
can do no wrong.
She has come
Oof.
into her own.
She
this
has figured
season.
out where she lands in this group, and
Mhm.
it is gorgeous.
Mhm,
It is gorgeous. It is
mhm.
stunning. She is addictively perfect.
She
on the show.
really is.
Yeah.
And her new tagline this week.
Oh my god!
I am just someone with iconic hair and big lips, or was it big
I'm
lips
an-
and iconic hair?
I'm just an asshole with.
Big lips and iconic,
Iconic
hair.
hair.
What do
Iconic
I
hair was
know?
second.
Or something like
I want it in
that.
a tote.
Ugh.
I want it on a shirt. I want it.
I want it everywhere.
I want it absolutely all over my body.
It's gonna- Oh, and then
she's so
pretending
good.
to fake smoke. Oh,
That was gorgeous as a shit stirrer.
Oh,
my God.
loved it.
And
I
she
loved it.
also, I worry about her hair. I think about it a lot. Like the style itself bothers me.
Yeah, sure. Nobody likes it.
She doesn't like it. And
you think?
I don't think she likes it. I think it's where she's at and
Lisa
it's what she
Rinna?
has to do. And she
No, I think
she
her
is
hair is
resigned to
perfect.
it.
Danielle loves
I
it.
love
What?
her
She's
hair.
the only
I
person that
love
likes it.
her hair.
But
No.
do you think Lisa likes it?
Yeah, of course she is because it's
No.
perfect.
Oh, when she was on Watch What Happens Live with like the slick down low pony,
Loved it.
gorgeous.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
this
man.
hair is sassy. It's wild.
Guys, it is
young.
wild.
It is Dharma. I don't need it anymore.
It's like
I-
a skunk hair.
Guys, it's my dream haircut. I know I've said this on the show
Yeah.
before. It is where I will get one day.
Yeah.
It's your final form.
Oh yeah,
It's like a
when
real-
when the Exodus comes, I float up to heaven or float down to hell, whichever.
When you choke and
When
go
the
up to
reckoning
heaven.
comes, when I choke on who knows what.
Honestly, Danielle, it could be anything, including a salad with chicken. As simple as like romaine lettuce.
I know. I won't know.
there.
That is where I hope I have that hairstyle when it happens.
Oh, I love that we went back to Kavanaugh. I love that we had another moment with Lois.
Yeah, me
Lois.
too.
Lois.
Yeah. I love Lois. She's
Lois.
perfect.
And Lois, as we found out, has lived and almost died.
Oh,
Guys, can we talk
God.
about PK's comment to Kyle?
Oof.
You can't even get along with your
Absolutely.
best friend. You can't even get along with your best friend. What a fucking asshole. And Dorit's a fucking asshole
Yes.
for not saying to Kyle, I really appreciate that you were defending me when you went over there in that
Yeah.
pink fedora
Yeah.
and talked to Ken in that pre-renovated kitchen. And you did that for me. She's like, no, Kyle, he's very funny.
No.
No, Lisa said it best. British humor, no.
No,
Mm-mm.
British. I'm over it. Dorit, over.
Yeah.
Over.
I was kind of inching towards something with her. Nothing really big, but
Yeah.
Guys, I still like Dorit.
ugh,
you?
She's
I do.
awful.
I do. Okay, look, Dorit is Camille with charm.
On style.
I'll
Yeah.
give you that.
Yeah, I'll
and
give
a
you that.
blunt
She
cut.
has, yeah.
Anytime you need it. In a
Mm.
pinch,
Yeah,
she's
in a
got
pinch.
it. In a pinch, she'll give you that pony.
Camille is, no, look, has Camille, I cannot stand Camille.
No, she's horrible.
In every, she's always been horrible since
Mhm.
Yeah.
day one on the
Yeah.
show.
You know when PK was wearing that little like ear thing that was like plastic, like where
Yes.
he could talk to the control room?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I don't
And
think that was attached to anything.
It was
I think it was just dangling.
it was attached to nothing, and he
I
cycled
feel like they
through.
took him away with security when all the
Mhm.
girls left. They're like, please get away from Boy George. You do
Guys,
not work with him anymore.
I'm going to say something.
Okay.
I know. I've had a lot of controversial opinions tonight, but I'm just getting real. We face death tonight. I have
Go
nothing
ahead.
to lose.
Oh yeah.
Which I would say is until the comment at the end, I was attracted to PK. I liked to see him in what I felt was a position of power.
My button has flown off. I laughed so hard.
Oh God, Danielle.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
wow.
guys. It's where I'm at, and I feel the need to be honest with you.
He's awful.
No, I felt like I saw him running the show.
I mean,
When they were like, he's like, Billy Idol's here. You want to meet him? And I was like, yes.
How
PK.
sad was it how Boy George was sitting waiting for them in his own dressing room with the chair turned around, like straddling it, like
yeah.
just so sadly waiting.
I saw Gladys Knight.
Gladys Knight was
You
there?
know, the Nook, our main Nook, is a stone's throw from the Greek. I mean, not even a block. And to think, maybe we were recording
We
one
were
night when
right
they were
there.
all there. Erica, are you on the show or are you not? Get someone fucking filming your tour or get off the
Exactly.
tour.
Why are we not on
filming her
tour? I want to be on tour.
Why aren't we
I
on
want to
tour
be there.
or why is she? She should not be on tour
She
or
should
we
not.
should be there.
Yes.
No, yeah.
Don't
or
give
honestly,
me some iPhone fucking footage.
Don't give
from
me that
the
shit.
dress
From the and
rehearsal.
like the weird shot of her like in the sold out house in Jersey. I don't know. There's something's off.
something's up.
Something
is she
is
gonna
up.
be? She's like just like Camille, like a side character.
I don't like
She
it.
can't. She deserves more.
Guys,
Okay. Here we are. Okay, didn't know we'd get here.
I'm
but
going to say another
yeah.
thing
Does
that's not
she?
controversial, but I would like Bravo to hear me. I don't care about Lisa's fucking kitchen.
Me neither.
I
Oh,
don't.
no,
If
no,
I
no,
have
no.
to have one more piece of footage, her comparison to
Another
Kyle
person
and the
coming in and looking at the
I don't
sconces.
care. I don't care.
I
No.
gotta say, there's no fucking storyline here. At least when PK slammed Kyle, it was something, you know? But I'm watching Kyle like shoo her gross dogs away from her yard while
That
she
was
sits there
odd.
with Dorit. There's
Little
nothing
girls
to watch.
putting on makeup.
Yeah.
We also had that moment right up top. I will say I love no storyline. I mean, I love Sister Wives. Like I love when there
Yeah,
is
that is your
true-
show.
It's my favorite show.
You're right. No storylines is fine with the right people.
And no one does it better than the Browns.
Right. Well, the Browns are no storyline.
I
They
would
are
s-
nothing.
They are Flagstaff.
They are not here nor
Guys,
there.
Atlanta,
No.
the only storyline we had on Atlanta this season was Portia's
Closet.
birth and Greg's, or Portia's baby and Greg's sickness.
Well, honestly,
But those
huge.
huge storylines, but they didn't really affect
doesn't
the
matter
women.
because
It didn't affect the
Atlanta-
relationships with
Yeah,
each other. is what
Atlanta
I'm
can
saying.
take a non-storyline
that's
and
what
make
I'm
it
saying.
amazing.
They're just straight up better.
I
Like,
don't want to
top
watch the
to
girls
bottom.
go in an
Yes.
RV without Lisa Vanderpump. I don't really care.
I agree with Lisa Vanderpump. Like, I don't want to fucking go in an RV.
Disgusting.
Like,
And
that's
why were the
bad.
prices on those vases? Why did they put up the price on the vases?
Oh, I'm addicted to the fact that they
Dirty
put it
little
at $400 for that
I
little
thought
vase.
that was cheap. Not that I would spend that on somebody's wedding, but she has tons of money. She should spend more.
Wow.
Okay.
Just saying that.
Oh, now we know.
And I hate to say this to you, Katie, but I did feel like they looked a bit like urns.
Oh, please. I need
Maybe
someone
if
to
you get some
discuss
extra-
urns
but
with
maybe-
me every day.
Maybe if you get some extra scoops, you could.
If I get another scoop, I will let you know, and
the
I'll call
vases
Lisa.
to buy.
I know what vase to like. Can you imagine just like an open vase with no lid? Like, oh, that's an urn. I got a couple scoops in it. That is hell on earth.
Okay.
Amazing.
Denise also had the line of the night when she was talking about Charlie's money and how he lost it all. And she
Yes.
said,
Amazing.
he should have given me half that goddamn money because I would have put it away for him. Yes,
And she said, I
Denise.
didn't take half his money because I'm not a dirty fucking whore.
Oh, I live
I
for
love
Denise.
for Denise. That cute little Malibu house.
I know.
The little house in the hair,
That
never
little house
quite
on the
done.
prairie.
No, never. She doesn't put a
Never
finish through
quite
that.
done.
Well, she brings the two guys down to the side of her forehead.
Right.
Like we get those two
Mhm.
wisps. Oh, and also her out to lunch with Lisa, and then is like gets just tequila neat.
Oh.
No, like, I mean, I know that's her thing, and the fact that that's her thing
But
is
like at
so
2 in
good.
the afternoon.
Of course it
Doesn't
is.
care,
She's
Danielle.
already fucked. She has.
She's worked
She's
out.
worked out. She's dealt with Charlie Sheen's ass.
She's done
She
homework with
deserves
her
it.
kids.
She done homework because it's at family time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the Greek.
Family comes first,
I'm not
guys.
going to do it. I'm sorry, I won't do it. It's my family.
I'm not
She
going to see
really
Boy
has
George
had a
at the
day by
Greek.
two. She does deserve a drink.
Yeah.
She
You're
deserves
right.
it. She deserves
She
it.
was going to-
Honestly,
she was going to bed after that.
And then she's got to get up early and fuck again.
yes.
I
Oh, and the shot and the proof that she's a good mother from Lisa's like point of view is her just like asking her daughter if she liked a cupcake.
honestly, it's more than I've done. I am very impressed with her as a mother.
Oh, me too.
She's a great mom.
She's a great mom.
amazing. I would like her to be my mom.
Yeah.
She's so warm. We
She's so-
love Denise.
We
I
do.
love Denise. I love the eyeliner. I love the hair. I'm here for it.
Yeah, the hair is you're right. It's not done.
But
It's
it's
not done.
her. It's fine.
Yeah, she a
You
lot
know,
of
it's
banana clips.
homespun.
Yeah.
A lot of banana clips. Guys, should we roll right on into
Yes. New York.
New York, our final season?
Oh, every homophobic lesbian that has ever lived
Every homophobic lesbian that's ever lived, you are so right.
is a fucking housewife on New York.
Yes.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, I love it, but
Yeah.
Guys, I'm
New
going to say
York.
something
Yeah.
about Tinsley, which is something I said earlier, and I believe this to be true, and I figured this out tonight, that Tinsley is Portia without the growth.
Beautiful.
I agree.
That she's Portia at the beginning of her journey, except for she's much older than Portia, has been through stuff, but has not learned.
Slammed.
Has not learned.
The way she broke up with Scott was as such a non-event was very odd.
I thought it would be much more. I thought it would be an episode. I thought it would be a moment.
Yeah.
And it was a second after an Al-Anon meeting where she went, I'm giving up on Al-Anon and I broke up with Scott.
As Lou's like frantically putting a tin of cinnamon in
Oh
her
my
drink.
God.
or
She's like,
whatever.
look at me with my tin cup. What you want to say is like a poor person
Yeah.
asking for
Oh,
change. Like,
yes.
So she didn't say it, but
Lou
you
is so
knew
despicable.
what
Yeah.
she
Oh.
was. And I felt like the Big Apple Circus got more attention than her breakup.
Yes.
The Big Apple Circus got an odd amount of attention, and I don't know, just the braids, the pink extensions,
And I love that her whole thing is like, Scott just doesn't want me to be the type of person who hounds the Big Apple Circus to be the starlet that I am. And then she's like, I don't know, the Big Apple Circus called me. It's like, sweetie, no one called you.
No one called you.
These are outgoing calls you're making and just going down the phone book, and you got to be, and there we are, Big Apple Circus.
And she's so desperate to get back something that's already gone. It's gone, Tinsley. That life is gone.
Yeah.
And you need to rebuild with new goals and new things in mind, because it's like she doesn't understand that.
Tinsley, I like her.
I
like
love
that
her, which is
very
why I'm
severe
sad.
swoop that she's doing in the
I-
testimonials.
Oh, the testimonials look is just a very stylish 80s nun.
I was gonna say it's a
80s nun?
80s.
I mean, the side.
the Dallas.
she's hiding something under those clothes and those turtlenecks.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Tattoos.
What?
Another life. I don't know. It's like that. She's
You
like,
kept saying that 'cause she was in a lot of like cable knit sweaters.
she's
Yeah.
she's okay. I know there's a theme. She's choking herself with those clothes.
Wow.
Deep, I know.
Wow. But yet some
I
of them
am
are
Renee.
flowy.
Yeah, some are flowy. I don't know. There's just something about, and maybe it's because they're all such homophobic lesbian whores on the other side of it, that
Sure.
if she just wears a turtleneck, it feels oppressive. But her clothing feels, I think it's just because she's such, I don't like her. And I said this earlier, and I don't like disliking somebody who I know is just so fragile and so weak
It's no
and
fun.
so wounded. It sucks. I want her to have something so I can like really dislike her, but instead I'm just like,
That's no fun for us.
yeah, no.
I do, and I did say this to you guys, that I love her arms full of gold bangles,
it
and I
makes
would
me
like
feel
to
It's
so
a
happy.
good look.
emulate that look. And I
And
don't,
the hair broken up is beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have a bracelet on right now, but I
That
want,
big chunky watch and all those
yeah,
jewels.
I would like that to be my new look. So when you guys see me next, I hope that I have that.
Poor Tinsley, like she should have been born either like way long ago or more recently, like an influencer type. And I know everyone's thinking, oh, but she hit at the right time, where because she was like the first socialite. But I don't. There's just something so sad about her.
Her and
She's
Paris
tragic.
Hilton. Paris Hilton is still wearing like the same fashions and the same hair and all the stuff that she was doing like circa 2005 or whatever.
Mhm.
And I feel like she hasn't grown. Not that I know what she's up to, but anytime you see a post of her, it could have been from 15 years ago. Like it hasn't changed.
Oh, what is it? The documentary American Meme?
I didn't see
You
it.
really feel for Paris by the end of that. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, it's a really good one. And you just realize like how we have treated her so poorly and kind of
I
helped.
was at the hair salon with her the other day. She
How
was
was
sitting
it?
next to me, and it was a wild ride.
Was she getting the usual?
She was getting the usual.
Oh,
wow.
She has a Theranos type voice.
She has
A
a
very deep.
absolute,
It just surprised me coming out of her for some reason.
absolute fake voice. And I don't know if the high pitch version is the real one or if the low is the real one.
It's weird. Like, I did feel she's so used to not looking at people when she's speaking to them. Like, she was just so in her phone to a degree that a lot of people were coming and talking to her. She didn't look up one time to speak to anyone. It was very odd. I was like, I think that truly is, that must be like, I sound like such a grandma. I was going to say, like, no, I can't even finish this. I sound like such a grandma.
I was just going to say it's a way to avoid human interaction.
But I think she literally cannot take 1 second to look up from, I don't know. Let's not forget she's related to Kyle Richards.
That's right.
Kyle.
Kyle.
I love Kyle.
We all
I
love
love
Kyle.
Kyle. I love the hats.
Real quick,
I love everything.
What she was wearing to Boy George was very upsetting.
Oh, painful. Painful.
Just
to
to
get
get
back-
Kyle could be with a stylist, we would soar.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Absolutely.
To get back to New York real quick,
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
I was like, oh, we're on Beverly.
the meeting of the minds of all the women and the older gentlemen, and then Mario was
Mario.
Just
He
see
goes
tragedy.
Luan.
Guys, I miss Mario. I miss him.
I found it so tragic.
I'm attracted to Mario. So he's a hunk.
Had Ramona seen him a bunch before that?
I don't know. I can't get my head around what's going on with him. I did read the Ramona coaster, and I feel like then they were not life on the Ramona coaster. Sorry, I didn't mean to not say the
don't
whole.
call it. Give it its due.
It's a tome.
Yeah,
Um,
it is.
But and then I was sort of mad at him, but I do believe that they've come to an understanding. And as she said herself, like he's back to who he was. But I miss Mario. She misses Mario.
It was really sad. And
Yeah.
I would hope that my best friend wouldn't be throwing her arms around an ex who cheated on me and being like, Mario.
No,
the way
Disgusting.
Sonia
that was so sad. Sorry, I keep kicking.
Disgusting. And so much booze around Luann. Like all of it.
At a bar with her.
Yeah.
Just take her to like dinner without a bar. You can go anywhere. Take her bowling. I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to see that. Really
I
would be into
cannot
that.
believe the way Tinsley keeps saying to Luann so casually, like, when of course you trigger me. And it's just like, wow.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
That is, I think that's why I mean, there are a few reasons why I just cannot get on board with Tinsley, but that's like a big one. That's a big one.
I can't get on board with Luann. I had fun with her when she was like falling in the bush, but now I've just turned again.
Yeah.
Her hair is great though.
Her
We
hair has
discussed-
never looked
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, she's found a length.
Now, very quickly, as we're starting to wrap up, the
Mhm.
art gallery that we
Oh.
visited.
That was a character that I need to see more of. This artist gentleman,
This gentleman.
who has a flair for birds and bunnies.
He is my final form. I truly have never fallen in love so fast
Yeah.
in my life.
Yeah, it was like Cynthia and Michael. It was
It
was.
instantaneous.
And I am Michael.
It was like
and
Portia
I
and the
am
Hot
that
Dog
artist.
King.
Oh my God.
What was happening? Why was a picture of him in Tinsley on a baby grand piano in the middle of his gallery?
In the middle of a warehouse with birds.
so many birds and don't get them riled up. Like, why?
With Bethany's Gucci jacket that the birds were probably like,
Well, that's why the birds were like, the birds were triggered by that jacket
Yes.
for sure.
and the birds were triggering. Like,
Yeah,
everything
everything.
about
Oh, guys,
it.
I hate birds. I hate
Oh,
birds.
really?
I'm terrified of them. Even when I'm at like a petting zoo or like a situation where like a bird crawls on your shoulder, I hate it.
I don't want to touch one. I don't want to be in the same room as one.
but you're
But-
okay with them flying in our skies?
I'm okay with them being in the skies.
Yeah.
We all have our paths.
You're okay with them being where they should be?
Yeah, being where they should be. And also, I love a funny bird vid.
Yeah.
Like
Ugh,
a
I hate
good
a bird vid.
Really? Okay, Danielle, what's up? Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Not interested in
Bethany,
a bird
now
vid.
how did she leave that interaction? I couldn't tell. Was Bethany like, this is the worst art ever?
Bethany's not buying shit
She
from
played it
Batman.
off pretty
She's
well.
not buying shit.
I've never seen somebody just like be so nothing
Yeah.
in a space. Like
Yeah.
really like went straight to the birds because it was like, this art is bullshit. I don't understand this like table of photos. Like, I'm just gonna focus on these birds. And then the new driver.
Oh, Kevin. I
Where's
had an
Kevin?
assumption that Kevin was gone.
I told you she fires everyone. She's much like Nene, like she'll turn and then people are just gone. Boom.
Was it Albies, the new
I don't
driver?
remember
I
the new
think?
driver's name, but Kevin was really there for her in some tough times.
Although maybe this guy says bodyguard and driver, so maybe he's kind of got bringing more skill set.
He might be bringing more, but also, you know, you get people in so close and you gotta back them away.
Well, that's her.
That's-
I mean,
that's
that
what
is
she
that is
does.
who she is, and that's what she does.
But he
So
picked
nothing
her
should
up
be
from
a
that
surprise.
Home Goods when she was bleeding.
Yeah, he was great. How about Dorinda and Ramona? Ramona's such a fucking, I mean, I hate to say it, but a fucking bitch. To go to a gala with a friend that you've invited and say, let's sit together, and then sit at a different table
But
with her
guys,
and be like,
if
I didn't know
you-
what table
But
I
are
was
we
No.
surprised?
I
No.
don't blame Ramona. That's like blaming a shark for biting. You know what? She is
Danielle.
who she is. And if
She's
you-
not that.
Yes, she is. She never said that she was anything but Ramona. And you have to deal. You go to a place with Ramona, you get what you get, and you don't get upset.
I will say, Dorinda getting mad at her and then like hugging her and being like, we're good, baby. I was like, Dorinda's a psychopath.
yeah.
Oh, Dorinda is unwell and is also staying at that hostel hotel, like home for
And
wayward
she kept
girls.
trying to get everyone in on it. She was like, guys, I'm staying here.
I'm
Pretty
staying
cool,
here
huh?
next week.
I'm staying here.
And
This
everyone was-
is my spot.
Everyone
Everyone's
was
And,
like,
and then she would
okay.
be like, not in this room.
Yeah, this isn't mine. Wait till you see what
A
I'm
much
staying in.
worse room.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone was
More
like,
of that
okay,
sad,
okay.
muted purple is going to be everywhere.
Oh, guys.
What an episode.
Yeah, and Barbara was there.
Barbara Kay.
Barbara. No one wanted to hug Barbara.
Butch Barbara. Hanging
Barbara
out.
Kay's got to go.
Oh,
Well,
done.
she
Good
wants
night.
to go.
Yeah.
To her credit.
Yeah,
she, needs
yeah,
to get, she needs to get back to this job site.
Yeah, you said it. You said it. Why are these people working? This is your job.
No, This is your
Love
job.
it or list it. Get the fuck away from your jobs. Erica Jane, Barbara Kay. I need to see you
Get on
here.
the screen or get out of my screen.
Exactly.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
Katie Kershaw, what an
Wow,
episode.
you
Oh
what
my
a
God,
dream
thank
to
you
have you
so
here.
much
so
for
glad
having
that
me.
you are okay.
I'm alive. I
so
flew
sorry.
with my father's ashes.
Well, I'm
Thank
very
you for
sorry
sharing
to hear about
your
Oh,
stories
yeah.
You
with
know,
us.
that is.
I truly am so sorry.
It. Yeah, you know.
To
That's
have
life.
this gorgeous, talented woman. I'm so excited to see you on Miss Fletcher.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm excited for everyone to see all of me on Mrs. Fletcher. It'll be fun.
It'll be very fun.
Yeah.
You're wonderful. Do you want to tell our listeners where they could follow you perhaps?
Oh, on Instagram, I'm Katie New Shoes. So it's just
Ooh.
Katie.newshoes.
I love it.
Katie New Shoes.
Thank you, Lyra Smith. We're glad you're okay.
Yes, I'm with you, sister.
Casey, I'm glad you're okay.
Am I?
I think so.
Danielle, I'm glad you're okay with the help of Brene Brown and a host of other no talents.
Guys, it's all about vulnerability.
Well, good night.
Good night.
Guys, this is a quick PS. We got a really funny boots on the ground from Anonymous. It's a photo of Tinsley wearing a very cute pair of flats with a little kind of buckle. And it says, Tinsley is wearing Tabitha Simmons flats. This is Topper's new wife's brand of shoes. This is a cry for help. Then she writes, I assume it's her, but could be him. Also, Sexy Salad Adam has been all over Elle McPherson's Instagram stories. I'm convinced they're fucking. He loves an older gal. Signed, Anonymous. Thank you for your service.